Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and the part 1 of our witch build guide for Path of Exile 2. I'm in early access. Of course, the game is still disbalanced, and I'm not going to spend my time talking about the issues that are known to be in the game, disbalance of skills, so a lot is subject to change. I thought I will get the disclaimer out of the way. Also, in case you don't know, Path of Exile 2 is much slower to progress in. The enemies are much more difficult, which is partly explaining to you why I'm starting to talk to you about my witch when she is only level 8. You'll be like, what, Gyro? Level 8, what the hell, mate? Well, it is, first of all, it's gonna be slow and steady, it's gonna be for beginners, and I'm gonna tell you as much as I learn about being a witch versus other classes, because I tried mercenary as well. And yeah, hopefully I will progressively help you build your witch. How about that? Give the video a quick like, absolutely come back for more videos, because I will be publishing part 2, part 3, however many it takes me to level up. And I'm not gonna rush, because this is not my full-time job, my friends, and I bring a different perspective here, which is hopefully why you might watch someone who is a bit full-time versus someone who is very casual and mature player like me. So if this is your cup of tea, again, your like goes a long way, and please subscribe for more. Okay, first of all, I tried mercenary. I will get this out of the way straight away. The game is very, very difficult right now. So unless you're hardcore Elden Ring, Dark Souls kind of player, this will tick you off, especially if you played Path of Exile 1. The contrast is going to be massive and stark. Again, we're not going to rant about that because it has very little to do with the witch, but it has something to do with the witch build because, in my humble opinion, I have not tried every class and every specialization just yet. Obviously, the game only launched, but I believe firmly that witch is one of the easiest. The summoner witch is one of the easiest, if easy is a word applicable to Path of Exile 2 at all, classes to play with. That's why this answers the first question. Why play a witch right now? The game is still settling, meta will change, everything will emerge, everything will change, but witch is much easier than mercenary, let me put it that way, at least in the early game. Sure, later in the game the mercenary probably starts slaughtering as well as warrior, as well as monk, etc. But right now witch is the way to go. Now, how we're going to build it? Very, very simply, we're going to build it based on the first summoning skills, which are skeleton summoning skills. We're not going to go very fancy. Yes, in the end, I want to go Infernalist and I want to go with Summon Raging Spirits approach of this build, as well as the Infernal Hound, etc., doing more fire damage. But right now, learning the ropes of the game myself and kind of broadcasting to you, obviously, what I find, this is where I'm leaning to. Why go against the current? Why swim against the current of the river? If this is what's coming our way and this happens to be the easiest way to do it, why not do it? So let's do it together. Okay, now, first of all, let's take a look at the skills. The first skill that you get likely is going to be the Skeletal Warrior, Summon Skeletal Warrior, that you will get with the first scepter that you're gonna get. Your scepter that you're gonna get is going to be white, and there are not going to be any extra abilities on it. It's just going to give you the first line. Grant skill level 1, it's gonna be Skeletal Warrior Minion. If you press Alt, hold Alt and mouse over this, it will give you mouse over underlined text. In case you don't know, it's going to give you a little extra information in case you want to see what level requirement of the gem is and other specifications, such as it requires 13 intelligence. That's okay. Skeletal Warriors are basic, very basic. It summons 2, and here is how it changed. It changed in a way that the skill is going to summon Skeletal Warriors automatically, kind of like in Diablo. Before, in the previous games, obviously, in the Path of Exile 1, you had to have corpses in order to summon anything. Well, skeletons you could summon temporarily and without corpses, but say zombies, that are equivalent of these persistent minions that run with you, they will be summoned automatically. And if they die, they will re-summon automatically. That is wonderful. It will be especially feeling OP for the first 5 minutes, while the trash is very, very easy, but it ramps up, the difficulty ramps up really high. And the issue, I'll tell you straight away, that you're gonna start experiencing with this first Skeletal Warrior is that they will die very fast to bosses, to anything tough, yeah, to any tough mobs. That's where your support gems come in. We will need to level up. So now my Skeletal Warriors are level 3, I am level 8, they are level 3, and I already have one support gem, which they do a little less damage, they don't do much anyway, but they have a lot more maximum life. So I'm trying to beef them up a tiny bit, okay? So this is your first weapon of choice, Skeletal Warriors. Your second weapon of choice is going to be a skill called Unearth, in my opinion. Unearth is shooting those spikes from the ground, and these spikes do okay damage. I mean, look, I don't know what's okay. At the moment at level 2 is DPS 12. Of course, it's nothing to write home about, but don't forget we are only scraping the surface of the game. We're only starting. Unearth, I like Unearth because it seems to hit quite a large area in front, yeah? And yeah, I think the more efficient your hit is, the more enemies you hit, the better it is for you. I'm just going off very, very basic stuff. Don't worry about Raised Shield. Raised Shield is not something you need to worry about. It's if you have any shield in the offhand, you get this ability. As a witch, I don't think you're going to be in a situation where you need to just tank and block and stand there using Raised Shield. So it is there, but it's a freebie, okay? Now, Skeletal Sniper is going to be an ability that you're going to get relatively shortly into the game, maybe around level 4, maybe around level 5. Skeletal Sniper is great. It's only one sniper and two skeletons persistently with me. Persistently is a keyword here. Skeletal Sniper is attacking them from a distance, does respectable amount of damage, reserves quite a lot of spirit. Reserves quite a bit of spirit. You need that spirit, and as already mentioned, spirit comes on variety of gear. So in this case it is on the scepter. I have 100 of spirit. I cannot use Skeletal Arsonist as you see already, but that's where I'm going with this, simply because I don't have spirit for him, even though he needs less spirit. And I think that for Infernalist build he will be doing obviously fire damage, so that would be a good thing. But I cannot yet use him because I don't have enough spirit, but you see where this is going. As far as gear is concerned, you do the best you can. You do the best you can, mate. You take anything that raises spirit. That is, first of all, your scepter. Then intelligence. Anything spirit, anything intelligence. That's what you're going to be doing, okay? Support gems, I kind of skipped over this on Skeletal Sniper. I am going with whatever is available, but in this case I am doing something that poisons. So because the special attack that this sniper has is that he can shoot a poisonous arrow. So on the bosses you can see I always try to shoot that poisonous arrow before my skeleton gets killed and before I lose access to that arrow. Early game sucks, what can I say? Early game sucks, that's my experience, but it's kind of how we're starting, slow and steady. That's the best we can do. Again, your biggest issue as a witch at this stage, that's final word on the gameplay, and then we'll look at the talents. Your biggest issue as a witch, I think, at this stage is that um, on the bosses, the witch is going to lose the minions very, very fast. Minions are squishy, they're gonna die very quickly, and yes, they get resummoned for free, but you have nothing. You don't have your main weapon, which is your summons, for a while. During that period of time, the best thing you can do is use your Unearth, obviously sparingly when you can, and you roll around trying to dodge attacks and waiting for your minions to spawn. That's the best thing you can do. It's not the most enjoyable gameplay, let's get it out of the way, but I am hopeful that as I give this a little bit more time and boost my summons a little bit with support gems and the level of the gems as well, it gets a little bit better, and you, my friend, will find out firsthand if you subscribe, if you continue watching my journey. Alright, so that's as far as the skills, gameplay. I think we covered a lot already, and I tried not to be too ranty. If you haven't given this a like, it goes a long way. Do give me a like so that I know that you enjoy this and you want more. Yeah, that's your main way, mate, to do it, and talk to me in the comments down below. Let's take a look at the skills. Alright, so we are a witch, obviously, you can see, and here is the thing. I'll teach you a trick straight away, which I taught some of my subscribers who bothered watching my videos in the past for Path of Exile 1. There will be a full build guide, but you can see I'm in progress. I'm only level 8. But where is this going, Gyro? Well, let me show you. Let me show you. Very simple. Very simple. You're going to the top right corner of the screen. You put your mouse cursor into the search bar and you type Minion. That is your best way without having a solid guide, because don't believe others. I mean, you can believe those that have this as a profession and they have already finished the campaign. They probably have more full guides, but I will take you every step of the way slowly. This is how I build my builds. I look first, and I enjoy this process as well. I take it as a gamer, not just as some kind of professional YouTuber, right? I look for minion nodes, and you can see where they are. We have this whole minion wheel. So, spoiler alert, you can tell that we are going to path our way to that wheel somehow. Of course we will, yes? But at first we start from the center, and we're taking all nodes that are increasing your spell damage and minions increase damage. Because at this early stage, increasing damage of minions, I think they are your main weapon. You have to increase their damage if you want to kill anything in this game, okay? Later on, when you're fancy, when you know what you're doing, when you have more passive skills to play with, when you have other systems in place that keep you alive and dish out damage, that's when you probably will do what we do always and respect these central nodes and go into taking attributes. Not right now. That's my opinion. Okay? But at the moment, we're going all the way up to Power of the Dead. Power of the Dead is what I'm going to take next. And after I take Power of the Dead, I'm not going to go here to increase, even though it's tempting, increase minion life just yet. I'm going to come back for it, but not right now. I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to start pathing left. And I'm going to take Deadly Swarm, so that they deal even more damage minions. And I'm going to then path upward. Unless I pass from here, I will calculate the number of points once I'm at this branch off, and I'm going to go towards this wheel and take everything there. And by the time I am all the way, have enough points to take all of this and all of this, we will be quite well into the game, and that's when the next part of this video probably will come out. Unless you have a lot of questions, a lot of feedback for me in the comments below, don't stop yourselves, please talk to me. This is a two-way street. I always treat it that way with my community. I treat you with respect if you treat me with respect. And that's how we're going to progress this build, my friends. I hope this helps you start your journey as a witch, or as anything really, in Path of Exile 2. Please, I do encourage you to first give me a like so that I know you're interested. Secondly, talk to me in the comments down below. Tell me what you started. Tell me your findings. Maybe and likely you are ahead of me, perhaps. I've just given you also a path in case you want to overtake, so to speak, and go ahead of me and try to go the way I showed you. That's fine. And we'll compare the notes very, very shortly. I still plan to release at least one video on Path of Exile per week. Do not ever get discouraged if you see Brawl Stars videos on my account, because I need to balance my gameplay. This gives me most enjoyment. I play both games during different phases of the day. One does not detract from another. It's not like you're getting less content from me because there is an occasional Brawl Stars video. So that is just so that you don't panic, okay? So that you don't panic and that you continue being subscribed and look forward to Path of Exile videos. Both are coming. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it helps you start your journey, which is much easier than a mercenary. Again, today we were talking about start of the build rather than talk more and more on why. If you want me to elaborate on why, no problem. I'll record another video for you. Just tell me that you want it. And goodbye for now. I'll see you in the next one, in the continuation of this build of our Summoner Witch. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.